Hey everybody, and welcome back to some more wonderful, wobulous Project Zomboid. So, I hope everybody's having a great day today. Today is Mondoid, aka Monday, and there will be no Mondoid until tomorrow, as it tends to be, because I am at work all day today, and I will not be able to read the Monday blog post until tonight. And since it'll be a few days before I'm able to read the blog, or rather a few hours before I'm able to read the blog, I'd rather read, record, and have my thoughts kind of clearly present for the day after, as opposed to trying to rush it out and get it out on Monday as soon as I get home from work. So I will be waiting until after work today to record, and it'll be up on Tuesdoid as it tends to be. The only time you'll ever see Mondoid up on a Monday is either going to be if I have Monday off or I have Monday afternoon off. That way I can read it in the afternoon and come home and write it afterward. I have time to think about it. But typically that doesn't happen. More often than not, I am recording it, or coming home at night and recording it thereafter. So, without further ado, let's get back to playing. So what I'm going to do is turn that house into the woods over there. Yep, okay. That actually confirmed my fears, is that the building themselves have the alarms. Like, as soon as you enter them, the alarm will go off. Oh, shit. And it's not breaking into a building that'll set off the alarm. It's just being in the building that'll set off the alarm. And I'm not actually a big fan of that. Because, at least for now, though probably a known bug at the very least, for now, what that does is it makes it near impossible for anybody to re-enter a building upon reloading the game without getting themselves into a lot of trouble. And that makes it very difficult to, say, stash a secondary safe house worth of stuff into a building, because randomly you may end up being overrun by zombies because you entered the house and the alarm went off. And again, that could be relatively problematic to your survival, as one might assume, as having zombies swarm your house is not conducive to living in general. I mean, that's just a good rule of thumb to live by in life. So keep that in mind when living life. Zombies are problematic to live with. Alright, so I'm curious if this guy had any nails. He did not. I need to find me some nails because I'm going to board up that window over there. Oh, hey, I left some food over here. Let's actually eat this food. And continue looking. I need to find me some nails. Nails are going to be excellent to have because, again, I want to board up that broken window in that house in the middle of the woods. With doing that, I can actually make that place livable again because, again, boards... open windows, even covered by sheets, are only temporarily safe until they eventually follow you and walk through the window without any problems, because they will just push into the window until they break it, or they eventually go through it. Now, the best chance I've found of finding nails I've found is actually so far on zombies. What am I looking at here? Let's see. Nope. Nothing. Alright, let's go find some zombies and take them out. I apologize if I sound relatively tired. Today, alright, random work rant, as I tend to do when I play Zomboid. How many are we looking at here? A lot. Okay, random work rant, as I tend to do when I play Zomboid. Today, upon recording, is Mother's Day. Well, it's like 1 a.m. the next day. But essentially, it is the day after Mother's Day. Or the night of Mother's Day. And I don't know if you've ever worked in the restaurant industry, as I tend to, but Mother's Day in the restaurant industry, no matter the restaurant you work in, is absolutely horrible. It is one of the worst experiences I ever have had the pleasure of displeasure of experiencing. And the reason Mother's Day at a restaurant is absolutely horrible, especially depending on the restaurant you work at, is because it is one of, if not the busiest day of the working year. And normally my restaurant does approximately, on a Saturday in general, we'll do about $20,000 to $22,000 in sales for lunch, and a solid $25,000 to $27,000 for dinner. Now that's busy. That's a really busy restaurant, especially for a kind of, I don't want to call it, yeah, it's a casual dining restaurant. It's Cheesecake Factory, in case that matters to you. But on Mother's Day, we do $36,000 for lunch. $36,000 for lunch alone. That is ridiculous amount of money. And then dinner, we do another $22,000, which makes sense, especially on a Sunday, because at the end of the day, you're looking at, you know, people have to go back to work tomorrow, so it's not going to be as nearly as busy as it would be on like a Saturday for nighttime. But $22,000 on a Sunday night is still really, really busy. So you're not only running around the entire time, like with chicken with your head cut off, you're on a wait. We were on a wait from the minute we opened until about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So not only are you insanely busy the entire time, but more importantly, really, while I still over encumbered. There we go. Better. Not only are we insanely busy from the minute we open, the minute like to close to closing time, but the type of people that come in on Mother's Day are not the type of people you want to serve on. They're the type of people that don't typically go out to dinner in general. But not only that, they're taking their mothers out on the mother's most special day of the year, right? So imagine this. It is Mother's Day. You love your mom, as most people do. And you want to... Whoa! Okay, let's take care of the zombie. And I think I'm hearing some banging on some windows. So we're going to swing out here and make sure that there's no zombies banging on any windows. I'm definitely hearing some banging. I don't know where it's coming from, so let's hunt down the zombie. They might have nails. So let's get this back underway. So it's your mother's most special day of the year. You want to treat her right. You want to treat her nice. You want to make sure that she's getting the best treatment and the best food you could possibly provide. Now, for most people, that means relatively fine dining, correct? Now, I remember working at Applebee's. Imagine working at Applebee's on Mother's Day. The people who come to Applebee's and treat their mother to Applebee's on Mother's Day. Not the most wealthy people in the world. So, not only are they not the most wealthy people in the world coming to a relatively cheap restaurant, they're also not going to tip you crap. Because they don't have the money to do so. And they tend to be some of the most needy guests I've ever had the displeasure of serving. I'm here. Is it this room right here? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, but he got through. Okay, whoop, I went out. I didn't mean to go out there. Hold on, let's just take him out. Okay. So, as I was saying, they're typically the most needy guests I've ever had the displeasure of serving, because they just want everything to their particular standard, which, to my credit, that's my job, and especially on Mother's Day, I want to make sure everybody's food is as perfect as possible, but that means there's a lot of extra work for me to provide, which I completely, again, understand and agree with. That's part of the job. The problem I have is if you are going to put me through my paces, which I expect most people to do on Mother's Day. Whoop, I don't want to go out there. That's definitely a bug. I'm walking on the roof there. Not only, if you're going to put me through my paces on Mother's Day, the busiest day of the year, where you see me running around like a frickin' chicken with my head cut off, and you don't tip me, that is going to make my life a living hell. Now, again, you think about Applebee's, okay? Applebee's, where I used to work at for like 3 years. Horrible, horrible, horrible clientele in general, especially depending on the city you're in. I mean, you did have your decent people for the most part, but the one I worked in was a really, really poor city in general, so the people we had were relatively unpleasant to serve, as they were relatively pissy about everything and looking for free food consistently. But even when working at the Cheesecake Factory, you could get those people who treat their parents or their mom to the Cheesecake Factory, and this is their first time ever going there. So, not only are you getting the people who are trying to treat their moms, you know, to a nice dinner, which we do have some really good food at the Cheesecake Factory, and I can't blame them, but it's people who have never been. So, we have approximately 22-page menu with a little over 230 items, I believe, at the current time. A little over... That was a weird noise. That was the music, I think. A little over 230 items. So, not only am I exceptionally busy serving people and trying to make the Mother's Day the best day that possibly can, and of course getting those guests who don't typically go out to dinner or have a lot of money to be doing so. We should get out of here. What am I doing? Or typically have the money to be doing so. But on the other hand, these people have never been here and are asking 10,000 questions of what's good, what's bad, what should I get with what do I get with this, what goes best with this meal, what goes best with this one, what kind of drink should I get, what do you have for dessert? Now, mind you, when you ask me the question, what do we have for dessert, over 30 something different cheesecakes is my answer. So, bearing all of this in mind, I am deep in the weeds all day. In the weeds means I'm basically busier than I'm able to deal with by myself, and I need help. And every other server is quote-unquote in the weeds as well, and they desperately need help getting out of the weeds as I do. So keeping that in mind, and we should probably deal with these zombies before they bust in and kill me. Keeping this in mind, I am extremely tired, is the idea behind that rant. Really tired, and coming home, I look forward to coming home and recording, no matter what, and, did I level up? Is that the level up noise? I did level up. I have 2 skill points, so sneaking and light-footed. Excellent. So keeping that in mind, I'm really tired. I look forward to making videos, but if I sound tired, that's why. I am definitely exhausted from serving a ton of people for 12 hours straight today, as that was how long I was there for, from open to close, and we opened an hour earlier to serve brunch a bit earlier to people. I think we got a lot of zombies coming through the windows here. And there is some nails, finally. We're going to take them. So I apologize if I sound tired. I'm looking forward to Mundoid tomorrow, though, for sure. Mundoid tomorrow is definitely something that I always look forward to every single week. And I hope that it's going to be a good time. I don't want to climb through. Let's see if we can nail up this thing here. Equip as secondary. I'm hoping that'll work. I don't know what he was doing there. Build. Fence, bar, no, floor, wooden frame. Look at that. That wooden frame is horrible. I definitely want to do some construction in this life if I manage to survive that long. Maybe I need to put the wood right. Maybe I need to put the wood over here, as well as eat the soda so I can get some strength in me. But I want to make sure my back is not turned to the entrance of my house. Doing that is a terrible idea. How come I can't build the barricade? Build wooden frame, no. Stairs, floor, furniture. Why is this difficult for me? Build, maybe I just need to click right in the middle. Build, no. Barricade. It could be a little finicky right now. That's probably the problem. Maybe I need 2, but I feel like I don't. No, that's in it. Okay, why is this not a? I'm gonna unequip the bat, unequip the hammer, and equip the hammer as primary, and try that. No. Negative. We'll figure it out next time, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm looking forward again to Mundoid. I actually should have a talking time coming up later today. Really interesting. I'm answering a couple of your questions that a lot of you guys have been asking me. So stay tuned for that, and I should see you guys soon. Also, keep in mind, within less than a week is what we're expecting. My next Killed in Action episode should go up. So keep your eyes peeled. It's a game that I loved growing up, and I hope you guys did too. I'll see you guys next time.